Hi, welcome. So I was feeling into what energies are kind of coming toward us and talking with spirit and saying like I'm I'm feeling like as we move, maybe it's because we're moving toward a full moon. This isn't a full moon reading. I plan on doing that maybe tomorrow. Um, but I feel like I've been dealing with more collective energies with change and transformation lately. That something, and like this whole journey into acceptance is really a theme in my life right now, that I'm feeling a lot of energies like in people I talk to and everything. Everybody's just trying to come to their own acceptance of things. It's like I feel that we want that. Every conversation I have is about like wanting that, but how do I get there? And so I've been doing a 5-part series on embracing transformation, and this is different. The energy I was feeling for this separate reading is, we'll see, but it's something more specific. It's something more soft, subtle, nuanced. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm just tapping into what wants to come through. So this might be for the collective, it might be for just a handful of people, but if you're watching this, I truly believe some part of it might be meant for you. And so take what resonates and put a pin in the rest. So thank you for being here. The 7 of Cups, crossed by the Page of Wands. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 5 of Cups. See, I knew it. I knew something was happening. King of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the King of Swords. Yeah. Yep. I knew we were going to get this, you guys. I knew it. Something, as I was shuffling this deck, I'm like, strength card. That's so funny. I love when that happens. So the overall energy for this reading is strength. There's probably we're going to clarify, but there's this building up, this fortitude for the journey we have ahead of us and embracing transformation. I felt like this was kind of related in some way, but like taking it into this more like subtle, nuanced place. So we'll see what that means. But strength is like this calm strength. It's not this power, this of force or of willpower. It's the ability to effect change through calm strength. Like, see her, she's able to tame the lion. She's in a gown, she's not in armor. She has the infinity above her head, which is like this timeless quality that we all have this in us. We all have this to tap into. It's ever present if we quiet. And so the current energies right now that we're feeling are the 7 of Cups, which is this maybe scattered thought forms of like, oh, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, or that needs my attention, that needs my attention, that needs my attention. So there's like different possibilities out there. There's different distractions perhaps. And then but there's also a positive aspect of this, is like, I can I can do any of these things. I just need to pick. So sometimes there's an analysis paralysis with this card. So we'll clarify that energy. And then the Page of Wands is saying, it's crossing it, saying, I'm curious about the one thing, like building this curiosity and joyful youthfulness to really come into that decision. And so maybe that's this the crossing energy is saying those are at odds with each other. Like, I could do all these things, and this is saying, yeah, but there's a message here that's saying pick the one thing you're most curious about. So we'll see what that's all about. And then in the subconscious, or what we're not quite seeing, or like maybe some of our deepest, like hidden desires, is the Three of Pentacles, which is, I'm curious how this relates, because it's like if we were to pick the one thing, that's the one thing we know that'll bring us this feeling of strength, stability, and that we're building something for success. I mean, right now with scattered energies, there's less probability that we're going to achieve long-term success or fulfillment because our energy is just scattered. This is saying pick the one thing, and then you are the skilled craftsman of your life. You're going to build this into like such stability in your life. So whatever that is for you, are you working on a project? Do you have this burning passion? That's what a wand is. It's like fire energy. What do you have? Because it's like right now your desires of the heart are scattered. And then the recent past leading up to this current energy is the Three of Wands, which is, it's almost like looking out at a blank slate and saying, I could do anything. I could build anything. Where am I going to go? Are you, maybe some of you, like, you feel like you're at a crossroads? This is like crossroads energy. Like it feels like you desire to pour forth your passionate energy of your purpose into the right one thing. And it's like maybe you're at a crossroads saying, like, what is that thing? What am I going to build? I have a blank slate. There is possibility here. And I love that, because having the Strength card here is it's very grounded too, in that I could do anything. What am I going to do? But his back is to us. He's like in his own world thinking like, I'm trying to block out the noise. So that's a good thing. Right? You're not all like flighty about it, but there's still this analysis paralysis, and it could be other factors. We'll get into this. And then in our conscious desires and thoughts, we have the Five of Cups. So there's something here saying like something's keeping me from moving forward, and I'm focused more on what's gone wrong in my life than what has gone right. See how there's an imbalance between, he's looking at the spilt cups versus the ones behind him that are still upright and full. And yet if he looked up, he could see that through his intuition, his intuitive knowing, it's going to lead him to that, which is the river, the water, is going to lead him to that bridge to take him over the water into his home, his castle. Like something is keeping him in isolation and only focused on what's gone wrong. And so if you're feeling that right now, that might be the crossroads you're at. There's this like versus and it's keeping me from my fulfillment, from acting, from moving forward over this bridge. It's even keeping me from something. It's like the intuition is there, and something's saying that you're not quite tapping into it deeply yet. And so as we move from past of like, there's this open landscape, I feel like I'm at a crossroads, I'm not acting, I'm just looking out at possibilities. I'm a little bit like overwhelmed by the possibilities, or like decision mode. And then it moves us, if we don't heal this, if we don't pick the one thing to move forward with, whatever that is, or make the decision, whatever that decision is for you that you're at a crossroads on, it keeps us in this deep, deep, deep anxiety and worry, like we can't sleep. It's just, that's the outcome in our immediate future. So it's a good thing we're pausing right now to do this. So that's what we don't want. Now, the positive part is like this person just needs to, it's similar to this Five of Cups. These are very much in alignment where look how we're not looking at the comfort, the security, the contentedness that we could feel that's right here in our immediate experience because we're like this. We're not looking. Literally, their heads are down, heads in the palms. And there's this comforting blanket here right on them. It's beautiful. It's roses. So it's saying like you have the ability to be content, comforted. It's just there's something keeping you from tapping into intuition, tapping into gratitude. This is calling us to apply some gratitude here. And then in the sorry, I have dry skin. King of Pentacles is in the heart space, in this placement of the heart. So what we really desire is, well, he's a few things. He's grounded, he's satisfied, he's content with all that he has, and he's like so luxuriously dressed, but that's more about how he feels versus than how he looks. So he's got his garden, he's got his castle, he's got his pentacles, which are like material satisfaction and comfort. And his eyes are closed, like, I don't need anything else. Like, I am fully like he's basking in the satisfaction. Is that a word? Satisfaction of everything he has in his life. Is perception of everything he has in his life. So we're going from what's in our conscious thoughts right now is being focused on what hasn't gone right. But in our heart's desires, all we want is to be content in our life with whatever amount we have. It's not about all the riches. It's just being content with what is. And that's in our heart's desire. But something's keeping us from this at the moment. And the surrounding energies, we have the Six of Swords, which is the healing journey that we're on. So there's I want to clarify this exact so we can get really specific with this, hopefully. This feels like we know we're in transit. And that's maybe that threshold feeling we're at. We're in between worlds. And it is a journey of healing something. Maybe it's healing the grief and loss that we're feeling over like how our life has turned out, how we feel like right now our life has turned out up to this point. We're at a threshold. We're like at a crossroads. And this is saying, yes, where we are right now is literally in the journey from one world to another. But it's a healing journey. We're leaving some things behind so that we can make room for what's coming, the new things to manifest in our lives. So we'll clarify that. And then we have, in our hopes and fears, we have the Four of Cups. This is, again, not seeing the gifts, the incoming gifts. And it's, if we think about it in terms of the fear, like hope would be stability in our emotional states, in our feeling states, moving into like recognizing the gifts of spirit. And so there is a hope that we can, this feels like a spiritual healing journey. Oftentimes in the spiritual healing journeys, we do feel we're at threshold moments. Like things have built up to a point, and yet we're like something's blocking us from feeling that joyful, that spirit joy. And this person is arms crossed, not seeing the incoming gifts of spirit. Right? So there's a fear that we just won't be able to break through that threshold. Like to make this, and maybe it's, again, a decision of the heart here, of purpose, to build the future, the rest of our life, to move forward in purpose, which is going to bring stability. So there's something here about this is like a spiritual journey of purpose. Ooh. And then the ultimate possible outcome, if we move through this, is the King of Swords. This king is a king of clarity. He's fire and air. There's this, he's like able to move swiftly, purposefully, of intent and clarity. And so where we don't have clarity now, we ultimately achieve that with the King of Swords. So before we do some clarifications, I want to do a couple clarifications, and then we'll probably move into an extended, and then maybe we'll wrap up with an oracle message. Actually, let's do the oracle message first, because that might really hone in on what this is about before we move into clarifications. Spiritual Journey calls for the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. That's what I think anyway. So because there's a lot of depth and nuance in these cards, and archetypes have this, like, I don't know, these energies in this card, they are pretty insightful, nuanced, deep. Spirit, please give us a new card. I have to say that with this deck, like a new card that represents what this spiritual healing journey is all about, if that's what this is. Come here. The Poet. I've had that one before. The Poet, I don't think I've had. All right. Look at this. Ooh. Neat artwork. Wowza. Let's put that right there. Number 7. That's one of the lower numbers I've had in a long time. Wow. I'm really curious. The artist, the witness, the truth teller. That's also what the King of Swords is a truth teller. The poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. When light, it's clairvoyant, wise, timeless. And we have that timeless quality here. When dark or shadowy, harmful words, sharp tongue, thwarted creativity. That's what that blocker energy is. Go deeper. Spend 1 hour reading poetry, then one more, and one more. It's likely there is a poem or poet that was meaningful to you at a young age. Revisit and reread it now. Be open to its message. Yeah, when I was young, it was Shel Silverstein, because he was weird, man. He was weird. I loved him. The Skin Stealer. The poet is related to the shaman and the bridge. These archetypes hover in the meeting place between the everyday and the sacred. You know why I love that is because of this bridge here. There's this like threshold, crossroads, bridge energy about this. I think we're going to pause here and go into an extended. So if you're curious to get more specifics, I mean, if this is for you, if this is resonating, you may already have your answer. You may already know exactly what this is about and how to move past these blockers. But we're going to clarify in the extended. So link somewhere below. And thank you for supporting the work of of these extended readings. I really am grateful for you. So I wish you the best on this spiritual healing journey. It's a good one. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Moving, they're all worth it. They're all worth it. But when we have this, like, you're at this crossroads threshold energy, there's this like vibrating potential there, isn't there? There's this like such a sometimes angsty desire to push through that blocker, and then it's like, oh, okay, great, finally, what's next? And so that's what we're hoping to clarify. Okay, see you over there.